Welcome to Up for Discussion. I'm Tod-Robberson, the Post-Dispatch editorial page editor, and with me today is Kevin McDermott, columnist and editorial writer for the Post-Dispatch. So Kevin, we've got some big news thanks to Governor Mike Parson. He's decided to go after the Post-Dispatch because one of our reporters, Josh Raynaud, reported that a state website appeared to have posted in a publicly available space the Social Security numbers of some teachers in the public schools. This has created national news, interestingly, and Parson has decided, instead of acknowledging the problem and declaring that he's going to fix it, he's instead going to go after the reporter for alerting the state to the problem. So what do you think about that?
Well, his reaction to this is obviously classic kill the messenger, but it's also incredibly dishonest to the Missouri public. I mean, in this press conference, the governor essentially laid this out as a situation where a so-called hacker had gone in and gotten these numbers for some nefarious purposes, and that he was going to protect Missouri's privacy by going after the hacker criminally. That is not even remotely what happened, and the governor knows that. It was just a crassly dishonest statement that he shouldn't have made.
Yeah, well, even if we give the governor the benefit of the doubt, I don't expect someone from his background to necessarily know the intricacies of how the internet works, but anyone with just more than a basic knowledge of a web page design understands that you just right-click and you go down and there's an option for View Source, and when you click on View Source, you see all of the code that directs a web browser where to put text, where to put graphics, how to present the information to the public on a web page. It's not sophisticated stuff, and yes, I guess technically you could say it's coded, but really it's just instructions to tell a computer how to present information. Well, buried in all of this information, publicly available, were some Social Security numbers. Josh Raynaud discovered this information and let the state government know what was happening. He withheld his story until the state could get the information off the website.
Right.
It just seems to me, hackers go in, grab information, and use it for nefarious purposes.
Right.
But one thing they don't do is alert the state, hey, you might want to take this down.
Yeah.
So in our opinion, this is responsible journalism.
It was responsible journalism, and it's not going too far to say that not only has the governor lied to the state in the way that he laid out what happened here, but he also this is a direct threat to freedom of the press. You have a governor who clearly doesn't like the news coverage he's been getting, accuses the Post-Dispatch of a vendetta, of doing this by way of a vendetta. Well, this is a vendetta. It's a vendetta by the governor, who is coming after this newspaper with a false claim of hacking. It's incredible. I've really never seen anything like it.
And he also said that the newspaper did this to generate headlines. And the great irony of this entire affair is it's the governor who created the headlines. This might have gone through maybe a one-day news cycle in the state, but now it's national news. Every major news outlet is covering it. Well, let's go on to another really interesting topic. We're going to have an editorial in Sunday's paper regarding Donald Trump. What's the latest?
Well, Donald Trump is still with us, even though he's no longer in office. The latest is this past week he put out a statement in which he demanded that Republican candidates for office, as he put it, solve this alleged voter fraud that, as we know, did not happen in 2020, but he continues to claim that he was wrongly denied re-election almost a year ago in November 2020, and that he wants the party to do something about it. He was vague about what that would be, but what's really caught people's attention is this threat that Republican voters will not come out and vote in next year's midterms if the party doesn't satisfy Trump's desire to do whatever. This is haunting the GOP, because the last time Trump made statements like this was during Georgia's special Senate election earlier this year, and what that accomplished was to tamp down Republican interest in voting, and it literally handed the Senate to the Democrats. And there's fear out there that this is going to happen again.
Right, and the other aspect of it is it puts moderate Republicans who just want this thing to go away it puts them on the spot and makes it, once again, a forefront issue that they're going to have to grapple with, and it puts them in a very uncomfortable position. Most prominent among those people in uncomfortable positions is Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. Well, we're going to have to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for joining us.